time. I'm the timekeeper. And these are my lovely victims, and I do mean victims, who are going to now introduce themselves.
Help!
Hello, I'm Balgroth the Dark, fan club president. Steven the Stole. Playing Isaiah Yeager, of course. Totally not playing Yip Yap, the kobold rogue, that vile little magician man who thinks he knows how to copy my dark arts, which are real magic. Actually, it's not just a game. I'm actually killing things with my spells, like those little soot sprite birds. And he is, meanwhile, running around picking locks and stealing things, like my social security card.
Oh, great. Now you guys have sprung this on me. Top of the morning to you, laddies. My name is Jacksepticeye, and welcome back to Happy Wheels.
Oh my god, Jack! I've always wanted to meet you! You're a lot less Irish than I expected you to look.
Yeah, I know. Today we are going to play Freddy Fazbear on this lovely day, on this lovely evening. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. I'm sick of this.
So this actually isn't Tomes of Time. This is Journey Through Miro. I got all of you. I'm tired. Who can give me the recap of last episode?
We had a funeral. We talked for a little bit. One of our rulers, I think, is the governor. Was sort of depressed because his son is dead. But good news is we got a carriage out of it. Yeah, that's pretty much what happened.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Ooh, that's a cool shot.
Alright, you have anything to add, person in a bowler hat? Which character are you again? Because you said all three.
I'm dumb tech. I'm the dumb detective, actually.
Oh,
Just call him Goob. Just call him Goob, the bowler hat guy.
I'm fine.
Alright. You have anything to add to what happened last session?
Sorry.
No? Okay. So,
No, that's my addition to the summary of last episode. We're sorry.
okay. Fair. Please tell me this is already... Okay. That's fine. I can work with that. So, as we left off, you all spoke with Zestiel, the governor, the Dragonborn governor. The Dragonborn governor, whose son has just died.
The Dragonborn governor whose son has just died and is incredibly depressed.
Yes.
Not our fault.
And
not our fault.
No, for once, it's not. And he has, because of his connection with Balgroth's father, he has arranged for a caravan to come pick you up so that you can go off to where?
That is an excellent question. I had the name, but then you guys started memeing and I lost it.
You don't have to give me the exact name.
Some Topia or something.
What? Oh.
It was some really cool city that had a really cool name the last time I listened to the stream.
Was the last time you listened to the stream when you were playing the game?
No! Half an hour ago.
Alright, fair. You know what? Kitty.
Here's Yip Yap.
No, that's Fossil.
That is Fossil.
Okay. So, you have some time to kill before the caravan gets here. It's about midday, and Zestiel did um, imply that it would be there before the end of the day.
Hmm. And
So,
Yip yeah did suggest we go get bread.
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 Yes, I did. See? Uncanny. Resemblance? Uncanny. Hotel? Trivago.
Ugh, certainly has been hotel. Um,
Out of my room. Out of my office.
so yeah, you guys can collect your things, get supplies as you wish.
Hmm. Let's see. There isn't necessarily any like. There isn't necessarily a forge anywhere here, is there?
No, not that you've seen.
Mm. Oh well. It seems like the only other place is, I guess, the bread shop for food.
Bread. All right.
Bread.
Bread.
You go to the bread store.
Oh, yeah.
We got bread. We sold loaves. We did this joke last time.
Yeah, you did the whole time.
What's the freaking
And
situation?
As
what was
you walk
wrong with
inside, um, the bell above the door rings your entry as you are bombarded with the sense of fresh bread. And as it was before, the Ursian who you saw last time is behind the counter once again, still wearing a black veil and currently futzing with the display case of bread.
I
Balgroff
cast
sort of.
Fireball.
Hmm?
I cast Fireball. No.
Yep, no! Great, now it's all going to be toasted. I
Um,
sort of tap her on the shoulder.
well, you have to like
Oh,
lean
she's over on
over.
the other side of other side of the display case.
Yeah.
Hmm. I sort of tap onto the display case.
Well, that gets her attention. She stands up and kind of brushes some flour onto her apron. Hello again. Nice to see you. What can I get you, three?
Uh, well, it's good to see you too. We're just looking for at least some bread for the road. What do you think will be I guess immediately fresh as we prepare to leave?
Well, I just baked some chestnut loaves and some rosemary bread. If you want a few slices of that.
Hmm. I go for the chestnut bread.
How many slices do you want?
3.
Okay. She cuts off three about inch wide slices of the chestnut bread and wraps them up for you before placing them in front of you. Um, 6 copper, please.
Balgroth reaches into his armor and gives them to her.
She hands you the bread and she looks to Yip Yap, Gnome Yap. Would you like anything?
Oh, no.
You don't want any bread, Yip Yap?
No, I got bread.
What do you mean you have bread?
I, I got
So,
loaf.
are you three leaving town then?
Ah, yes, indeed we are. We're heading deeper into Psionic.
Ah, I see.
Why do you ask?
Oh, well, you mentioned it.
That is true. That is true. I'm just wondering if you were little bit more curious.
Uh, you you're just going deeper into Sione? Nowhere specific?
Well, we are headed into the direction of King Donay.
Oh my. You should be very careful then. You'd have to go through Goliath's Pass to get there.
Glad's Pass. I vaguely remember that, but catch me up to speed on how things have been since I've been away.
Well, Goliath's Pass is that it's a path through the mountains. It's not many people really go through there. I guess not necessarily because it's dangerous, just more so there's no reason to. Unless you're going to visit King Donay or you have business with the Goliaths for whatever reason. I know that I would never travel down there. I'm too scared of that screaming that comes from there.
Screaming?
Explain.
So, Balgroth, because it has been a second, you do recall that there is kind of a local legend / myth surrounding this pass that goes between the biggest mountains of Sione, where at certain times it sounds as if there is shrieking and cries coming from that opening in the mountains that can echo for miles around. It's random typically, and a lot of people equate it to either attacks that happen in there or some mythical encounters. But no one that you've talked to knows for sure.
No one knows for sure. It's sort of like the Bermuda Triangle.
It's the Valley of Headless Men.
The Bermuda's Pass.
Oh, it's the skinned men.
Well, I am sure myself and my companions will be able to handle ourselves if we're going to do business with King Donay. Surely we can take care of this.
I trust you. I can. I just, a mother always worries. Is all.
Wait, Balgroth, this is your mother?
Yep, I already told you. My mother, my father, and my wife died in the attack, remember?
Oh, same here, except I wasn't married.
Yes, trauma extends to us all. Anyway. Well, I want to thank you for your hospitality, and of course, thank you for the heads up.
Thank you for stopping by. Whoa!
What happened?
Stop. That wants its food.
I think.
Oh, did he knock over the food thing?
I think little Yip just got a bit too hangry for his own good.
I meant to feed him.
Did I forget to feed him?
I brought him here for timeout purposes.
Did he knock over the food tub?
He did. It's fine though.
Oh, poor dear.
You can help me DM now.
He looks so guilty.
You can help me DM now. What's the thing that Queso does? Kitty!
That rascal can jump up on the doorknob and hang from it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I don't know how he knows how to open doors.
Little voids still have orange cat energy, even though they aren't orange cats.
Yeah. It's just boy cat energy at that point.
Where were we at? Oh, yeah. I guess we were planning on leaving?
Yeah. Heading out.
Yeah, so how much time is left in the day?
Whoa. It's, there's like about half a day left. As you walk out of the bakery, you see that the sun is still languidly making its way across the sky, shattered briefly only by clouds crossing before it, uh, preemptively shading the ground for new snowfall. The town is very still, very quiet, like it's
Mm.
holding its breath back against strangled sobs of grief for things lost and things forgotten. And there aren't really many out of their homes right now. Even the graveyard, as you pass it, appears scant, lacking its underkeeper.
Mm.
Although something flickers amidst the graves. Um, Whenever there's breaks in the clouds, some form walking, floating, and vanishing in the sun only to reappear once the clouds cover again.
Mm.
And it pauses before the newest grave, its effervescent visage looking on in silence. Can I help you?
He is the insatiable cat.
Uh, like I can see it, right? I can I at least try to discern where it's going.
Well, right now it's standing in front of the newest grave, just looking at it.
I guess I go walk towards it,
Okay. Yep,
betraying every single instinct in my body.
yep, do you follow?
Yeah.
Okay. As you approach, it flickers more so than moves it flickers rather than moves its head to watch you near. With the closer proximity, you see that it is a woman shrouded in white, a flowing dress cascading across the grounds in continuous ripples. She slowly raises a hand in greeting to you, then looks back to the grave.
Mm. Uh, Greetings. If call me out if I'm wrong, but I think you might be the woman whom this man loved.
At your words, her whole body flickers out of view before reappearing seconds later, um, floating atop a different grave, a very well kept and polished marker. And it looks down at the tombstone, which you can't read from where you're standing right now.
Mm. I draw close to that grave to get a look at the at least to get a look at the description.
The grave reads Esme, named after your mother, looked after by your father. Ride the winds as you belong. There are no dates, which seems to match the theme of the yard.
Mm-hmm. So, Esme, um, am I still correct about you knowing this man and this man knowing you?
She nods very slowly before producing a wilting lily flower from her sleeve and resting it upon the grave before passing past you, in which you feel a very deep, full body chill.
Oh God, I felt this before.
And she continues on, passing through the newest grave, causing the stone to crack.
Hmm.
What did you do? I start to, I guess, rush over to the grave.
As you go to examine what has happened to it, you see that that grave reads, Litrix, son of Zestiel, husband to Esme. The crack that is formed severs the word husband.
Hmm. Ah,
Oh.
I see.
Polygrath, I think we should get
Excellent.
out of here.
Oh,
Uh,
like
oh, I see. Ex-husband. So that means you're available.
she's dead.
That's the joke. We'll talk about till death do us part. Do you expect to see him soon?
She slowly shakes her head. The white strands of her hair kind of flowing in front of her face before she looks off past the fence, looking towards Admantha's homestead for a few moments before passing through the fence.
Hmm.
At once, she dissipates into a shimmering haze of silver and snow that falls to the ground, and soon after that, the clouds follow in suit, freshly dusting the land of Sione with gentle snowflakes that fill in footprints and paint the crooked buildings around you.
Balgroth says a slight prayer in honor of the dead and turns around and walks off.
Yip takes a drink and follows.
Well,
I'm not sober enough. I'm too sober for this stuff.
as you walk back away, kind of just looking about town, you notice, well, you see a spot off into the distance, not too far away. Slowly getting closer. The wagon that was sent for you approaches silently, but still stands out against the snow with a dark wood frame and doors embellished with shined and polished copper. This wagon lacks the emblems of the one which Zestial arrived in, but it's still quite obvious that this is a wagon of a higher standard.
Now this, he turns. Now this, my friends, is a wagon with style.
I thought you were going to say standards. This is a wagon with standards.
It's a wagon with standards, with actual class.
Yep,
At least slightly worthy of a prince.
Yip steps on it, bucks him off.
You're not allowed. The driver of this wagon is a stormy sky-colored statue of a man who gently but assertively pulls the twin Vezins attached to the wagon to a stop at the edge of town. He does not acknowledge you, nor do the Vezins as they look on straight forward. Very well trained, you can tell.
Mm-hmm.
You hear the church door open and see the governor step out. The pastor hangs back in the shadows of the doorway, but Zestial approaches you as he straightens his overcoat. I hope this suffices for such short notice.
It is adequate enough, thank you.
Yes. Garson shall carry you north, though I still feel uneasy at your decision, Balgroth.
Everyone feels uneasy at this decision. But if it is not done, there will be no peace. Either for this land or for me.
I cannot argue with you.
Of course you wouldn't, you lose your head.
Haha. King Done is an unstable individual. I'm sure you understand. But he is obscenely intelligent. Please do not expect anything less.
Neither would I. If he took down my father and destroyed my village, I would not expect anyone else but a genius.
If you truly go forward with this decision, I implore you to take every caution you can with every step you take and every word you say.
Every step I take, oh, sorry. Sorry. Brought me back to a little Kirigus school, you know.
Oh no. I shall take each and every word into account. As long as it gets me closer to placing my blade on the edge of his throat, whatever means necessary.
I understand. As you two speak, Garson, the driver, dismounts from his seat to open the wagon door, and Zestial says again, if all your affairs here are in order, the wagon is ready to depart once your things are gathered. There should be enough space for any accoutrement you may have.
Okay. We basically gather everything that we needed, I think, a little bit ago. And I guess we just toss it into the wagon or place it into the wagon.
Yeah. There's good space in the wagon. There is also a crate attached to the back, similar in style to the caravan that brought you to this town.
Put the egg in that.
Yeah, I was going to say that's probably where you put the egg. Along with Isaiah, you just fold him up.
Oh, yeah.
Now put that boy
He's gone into NPC
box. And I nailed that box to myself.
Yeah, he's gone into NPC mode. You just fold him up and put him in the trunk.
Oh man. So yeah, we take care of all that.
Yeah, it's not that hard. You just follow the seam lines like a Talid.
Yeah. Once you have everything, Zestial he holds out his hand to you, Balgroth, to give a shake and say goodbye.
I shake his hand and then bow to him.
He bows.
May the great Balgroth, may the great Tylurian keep you safe on your travels.
May I keep you
safe on your travels. I'm coming with you.
Are those two dire she badgers on the horizon coming to maul us?
Dire wolves.
Zestial bows to you as well, and he puts his other hand onto your shoulder. May you find peace with your choices, and I really hope you find what you're looking for, Balgroth.
I am too.
He gives you another nod before stepping back. From the church, you see the pastor and the mayor now are standing there, and they're kind of like waving to you, kind of nervously.
They don't see very far, but they see me glaring at them.
Oh. And what a dreaded glare it is.
It's like, I could still kill you.
I'll kill you from 1,000 miles away.
Literally, like Ares in God of War throwing a giant rock that travels thousands of miles just to smack him.
This is like, I hear they're talking shit. It'll get them eventually. Crashes through the church window.
In a little note, heard you were talking smack.
Heard you were talking some shit. You all step into the caravan, and Garson closes the door behind you. It is well, I should say first that you depart. The wagon begins with a sudden lurch, which soon steadies out as you watch the slowly receding town of Coloral out the windows. the inside of the wagon is very, very warm. It's well made and insulated to combat the freezing conditions on the other side of the wooden walls, and there is enough room for the tallest of you to fully stretch your legs. However, neither side of the benches are long enough to fully lay down, except maybe for Yip Yap, depending on who he sits next to.
Balgroth sort of reclines and says, "You see, my friends, this is how you do." And he takes a bite of one of his pieces of bread.
Yes. Victory bread.
You know,
Loaf.
this is one of the first times where we went to a city and almost not everyone died. Or, well, people died and it wasn't our fault.
Yeah, the only person that died was nowhere near you guys.
Yeah, exactly. You know, we shouldn't keep this up.
Yeah,
I don't like this record.
yeah.
I don't like this trend we're setting.
Y'all really wanted to get that past her. I can't blame you, but you really wanted to get that past her.
I want to get him so bad. Oh no!
You can't kill everyone. I'm sorry, man. It's not that kind of campaign.
Ugh.
I'll run that kind of campaign eventually, but not today.
Oh, fully.
So on the outside there are two windows on the doors of the caravan, and there is another smaller window that you can see out the back of the head of Garson and the two Vezins that he is driving, I guess. On the outside there you watch as trees become more dense and snow stretches on forever. You see off into the distance the rising behemoths that are the mountains of Sione, which have no real settled on name. They're just considered the mountain range of Sione, with the Goliath's Pass being the only way through it. Otherwise, you would have to climb the mountains to get around. And the sun starts to set, the shadows of the trees growing ever longer until they fade into the darkness with the dreaded night that falls upon you. And as the sun sets and the night begins, the wagon kind of pulls off of this loosely labeled trail that Garson has been following. And you watch as the two Vezins are unhitched from the wagon and go to rest on either side of it as a form of security. And here, you are welcome to all fall asleep, or you can still take shifts if you so wish.
I'll still take a shift.
Okay. Before we do that, we can take a break here. About 10 minutes, I think.
Okay. So what's all up in your business, Stephen?
Not much.
Just chilling?
Yeah. Oh, I went on to basically record a whole album on my birthday.
Oh, sweet, dude.
Yeah.
I'm excited for you. That's awesome.
It's very rough, but it's all I can seem to actually finish doing.
Hey, a start is always good. Never bring yourself down on starting strong. That, I believe, is always good advice.
Yeah.
And I don't usually give out much good advice. At least I don't think so.
Mm.
go
I
see
mean,
if I
you
can
teach the
grab some.
Bible. That's good advice.
What's up?
I mean, you teach the Bible. That's full of good advice.
Oh, that's true. It's just not mine.
Yeah.
It's the wisdom of the ages. Mm,
I
you sound tired, bro.
feel tired.
Well, it's not like you've been doing everything all day.
Uh,
I'm being sarcastic. I have no idea what goes on in your daily life.
mostly sleep. I'm a
Hey,
nocturnal.
that is not a bad thing.
Especially when you work at night.
Hmm. Where do you work at again?
Oh, basically the southern equivalent of Safeway.
Oh, okay. I am going to go see if I can find any food lying around. Be right back.
If you or a loved one have been affected by April Fool's jokes gone bad, you may be entitled to financial compensation.
I am back now. Nobody knows this, but they do know it.
But why do they know? That is my one April Fool's prank for the day. You're welcome.
I kind of had a feeling you were there. That's why I didn't actually say anything. I was like, he's probably there already.
Left.
Mm.
Actually, I did leave. I went to go get ice cream.
Oh, that's so sick, dude. Huh. It's a different person.
New hat.
Okay, so as we come back, since Balgroth was the one who wanted to do shifts, he can take the first one.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes. What do you do? Well, because you're just kind of in the caravan. You can leave the caravan if you want. You have to step over one of the Vezins to do so, and it is also very, very cold outside. But you don't have to leave the caravan if you don't want to.
No. I just keep looking out the window to make sure that there is, of course, see any lights, keeping out for anyone.
Roll a perception, please.
Perceptio. Oh, shoot, not 20.
As you kind of look out the windows to pass the time of your wake, one thing you notice is that Garson also seems to be awake, still sitting in his seat at the front of the wagon. But also, on the very outskirts of a forest quite far from you, you see a break in the trees where many red dots seem to be looking back. And on the other side, you see a teal-colored glow that wanes in and out like a heartbeat. Never really getting closer or further, just kind of existing on that edge of sight.
Edge of sleep.
I sort of can the window right behind Garson open?
It opens on his side.
Okay. I sort of start rapping on the window.
He slowly turns his head and cracks it open an inch or two, which allows a lot of cold winds to suddenly seep into the wagon. Yes.
I sort of point in the direction that I'm looking. Do you see what I'm seeing?
Which one are you looking at, the red dots or the teal glow?
The red dots. I always see red as a bit more towards danger.
Red means stop. Green means go. He looks over to where you're pointing and then looks back to you. I wouldn't pay it any mind. You let it do its thing and it won't bother us.
Even the thing over there? And I point to the teal glow.
He looks over again and back to you. That's just the nightlife. As long as we don't make no noise, we'll be fine.
So be it.
He nods his head and turns back to just facing forward.
Talk about a statue of a man.
Yeah. He does close the window again, because he assumes the conversation is over.
Mm-hmm. Like, don't turn your back on me, Scar.
With that, nothing else really seems to happen. Because you had noticed it, you do, I assume, keep an eye on the lights that are around you. Eventually, the red dots do disappear back into the forest, and the glow seems to wane to a point that appears further rather than closer. And you decide that it is about time that you get some sleep.
Even though I can barely sleep, I say, yeah, you better run. While crossing my arms and dozing off.
Do you wake up Yip Yap, or do you just let him sleep?
Let the kid sleep.
Right. So Balgroth, you sleep for a few hours. I'd say about as long as about a short rest is, before you and Yip Yap are awoken to the feeling of something hitting the outside of the wagon over and over again, and you hear this buzzing that is so loud it sounds as if it's coming from within your own head. And if you look out the windows, you see just a glowing blur flash by, followed by a few others. Every now and then you feel that shaking of something bashing against the wagon again, followed by the subdued roaring of the Vezins. It is still night. Close to dawn, but still night.
Yip Yap folds up and hops in the same pocket that Isaiah is in.
Okay.
Balgroth immediately sits up and, readies his sword. And he jumps out of the wagon to get a better look at the situation.
But Yip Yap, you do not get out of the wagon.
I latch on to Balgroth like Yoda on Luke's back.
Alright. As you jump out of the wagon, you see that with the Vezins, there is Garson attempting to dissuade 4 bug-like creatures from continuing their attack. These that's not working out for me. These buggy attackers seem just a head smaller than Yip Yap. Curved bodies which start with a cone-shaped head spattered with dozens of tiny, beady eyes, and ends with hooked stingers, which they swing down at the Vezins every now and then. The chest of their bodies appears hollow, a handle type of bony protrusion that acts as stability for the upper and lower parts of the body. Their wings appear in a similar fashion, fluttering like hummingbird wings, a pair of curved oval outlines made of thin membrane and veins, and you can, roll for initiative. Yes, I know, it's terrifying, isn't it?
Dang it.
Dang it.
Dang it.
Oh, I need to roll the... Oh, I don't have their initiative, I don't think. They can still roll initiative.
Dang it, can I use my older roll? Because I had a 14 on that.
My token's so small now.
Yeah, sure, I'll give you the 14.
Woo!
Also, I don't know about your token. I have no idea what's going on.
Where is my token? Oh, I'm not on.
Why is it so small?
Because it's a small map. You zoom in, guys.
Small map? Yep. Hotel Trivago.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, okay.
So, Bogroth, you, now that you are awake and less bleary-eyed, you recognize these creatures as Gaics, which are bug-like creatures. They typically come from hives. They are small, but again, they are like just shy of being the size of Yip Yap. They're like hornets,
Mm-hmm.
and they have a lot of eyes and a lot of anger.
The snow flees with him.
And one of them is going first. So
Kill them
first
quickly.
one is going to attack this Vezin with his thing. Is a 19, which hits. What do I? It does 10 piercing. Oh no! You see the stinger hook into the side of the Vezin underneath its scales as it gives a howl of pain and tries to swipe, but misses. And when it rescinds its stinger, some of the like one or two of the scales of the Vezin goes with it, with a lot of blood.
That's not good.
Mm.
And that is that one's turn. This one is going to stab at this Vezin. They haven't really acknowledged you guys yet.
Looks like
Sting.
I'm gonna have to do some healing.
That one hits, does 6 piercing, does the same thing to that Vezin. Unfortunately, ooh, you guys might lose your mounts. And then this one tries to attack Garson, the driver, with a sting, and that misses.
Ooh.
Now it is Bogroth's turn.
All right. So let's see. Yes, Cat. It is my turn. So the first thing I am going to do is question.
Mhm.
How good are these things with fire?
They're just normal bugs. They're not really they're not made out of plant. They're bugs. So
All
you
right.
assume that fire does well to them as it would anything else.
Instead of using that, I'll use my Divine Smite and attack this one.
All right.
Does an 11 hit?
Does not hit.
Darn. Before I use my extra attack, I use my inspiration to attack again.
Okay. That hits.
Yeah, I'll probably just use one. He's not undead or fiend. 19 damage. 7 slashing and 12 radiant.
Nice. You straight up, almost sever the stinger on this one, and it buzzes so loudly. Is that your turn?
So it's still alive?
It's still alive, and it's angry now.
He's still alive.
But can it sting anyone?
Its stinger is still attached, yes. It's just kind of flavorful talking.
I see. Extra attack. Does an 18 hit?
It's...
Boom.
You cut this thing in half. No problem.
Uh-huh.
Which one is this one?
The one right in front, the one attacking the pheasant right beside.
Yeah. Yeah, you straight up cut this thing in half, or however you want to kill it.
Oh yeah, I cut it in half.
Alright. Sick, is that your turn?
Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. Next up is this one, and it flies. It sees Balgroth, what you've done, and gets very angry. It Can I help you? It flies over to you and tries to sting you. Does a 16 hit?
No.
Yo, wait a minute. Hold on. No. Get down from there. I didn't order a technician.
Get down from there. Gregory, what are you doing?
So
How did you get up there?
Or its stinger just chinks off your armor. Nothing hits. Nothing's getting through your armor, dude.
Stupid.
Next up is Yip Yap.
Yeah. So it's okay that I'm jockeying on his back, or
If you still want to say you're on his back, yeah. Which one are you going to attack?
I am going to stabby stab at the one that just tried to hurt him.
Alright, so this one.
The man of whom I am part of the fan club of.
Mm-hmm.
The president of the fan club, in fact.
Yeah.
I am going to dagger, stibby and stabby.
Second one hits.
Yeah. I swing and I'm hit. I do 3 piercing.
Your dagger sinks into its side, and it turns its head at you, and you feel as if you've just kicked a wasp's nest. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Alright. Then it's Garson's turn. He is going to slice at this one right here twice, because he can. Ooh! And he hits that thing with the scimitar that he kept on his hip, and he slashes it into 4 little chunks of meat that twitch and bleed out onto the snow. Beautifully executed.
Nice.
Alright. And then it's the Vezin, and I need to do this mechanically because I am stupid at things.
No.
I am. It's going to try and attack the one that Balgroth did. I'm just going to use this really quick. Wait, no, hold on. I don't have to do this. That hits. Cool. Does 16 damage to it. It jumps up, sinks its teeth into it, pulls it down. And this Vezin... Why is that the same one? Am I done? Huh. I'm sorry. That was this Vezin attacking. Now this one is going to attack. It hits.
Nice.
And it also brings them to the ground. And now it is this one's turn. It is going to attack that Vezin that just got it. It's going to try and sting it. Hits. 7 piercing. Rips off some more scales. That one's dead. That one's dead. Balgroth, it's your turn.
Okay. I look at the one that was trying to attack me and eat.
Hits.
Bada bing, bada boom.
It's dead. It's dead.
Haha.
You got him.
And so I leap over to this one and
It is.
and booyah. 17 damage.
Yeah, you bring him down.
Since this one's down, I sort of swipe at it with my sword, grazing both the ground and slicing it in twain, and then sort of pulling my sword back up and then sheathing it.
Nice.
Dun, dun.
As you're done, the Vezin. Ah! No! The Vezins kind of lay down and lick at their wounds as Garson sheathes his scimitars once again, brushes himself off.
I cast Cure Wounds on the Vezins.
Oh, little puppies. One of them nuzzles up to your hand.
Aw, I pet it.
The other one, Yip Yap, are you still in Gnome or are you Drunig?
By now, it probably would have worn off. I didn't have time to recast it.
You keybeat.
Yeah. The other, the Vezin that Balgroth is not petting, Yip Yap, it looks at you, and you hear in your head, do not anger the hive. Do not anger the hive.
Try not to.
And after that battle, it was a quick one, but it was still, happened. You see that the sun is just now starting to rise over the horizon, and Garson gets to hooking the Vezins back up to the wagon.
What's good? My two little warriors are now saddled up and ready to go.
Yep.
I turn to Garcon and say thank you for your aid, and return back into the wagon. Come on, Yip Yap.
Alright. And with that, we are going to end the session, because I don't want to do too much without Isaiah. Y'all get one fight, that's it, as a treat, because it's been a while.
Thank you. I've been itching.
And we'll end the session there, and I hope you guys enjoyed playing, and I hope all the ghosts and angels and whatnot enjoyed watching, and I hope that we can do this next week with everyone who's not traveling from West Virginia for some reason.
Country roads take me home.
Yeah, and I will see you guys later. Bye.
Bye-bye.